houses on the street looked like homes, not just houses. As they pulled up to the large gabled home, Perry was pleased to see that there were 2 garages already there, with room for up to 6 cars. They would have to park one car in front of the other, but that would be all right. He just wanted to make sure that each of their cars had a place to park. There was circular driveway that drove right past the front and side door. The door that would be used the most was just a few steps from the large breezeway that connected directly to the kitchen. The kitchen was huge, with a counter for your breakfast and a large island in the middle of the room. There was a large gas stove with a professional hood on the center island itself. The kitchen sink was directly behind the island, with a large window above it so that you could watch what was going on in the yard. Just off of the small breakfast nook was a sliding glass door that stepped out to the patio. As Della opened the door, she was pleased to see the large flat fenced-in yard. It had the pool that Perry wanted to the right. The pool was fenced in and had a small pool house next to it. She started to walk toward the pool and took a look inside the pool house. The pool house had a small kitchen and living area, and off to the side were 2 baths, both having showers. Perry had come with her and was pleased with the large pool and the pool house. The pool house would be perfect for Della and his parents when they came out for a visit, and also for his brother Dave. It was small, but they could have their privacy during their visits, and he liked it. The yard had a few large trees that lined the high fence that surrounded the entire yard. The pool had a separate fence, which was locked, so the only way into the pool was either through the pool house or with the key to the locked gate of the fence that surrounded the pool. This would be safe for young children. You could access the backyard from the garage also, and that would make it nice for a backyard barbecue. Della and Perry could have a party and the people would not have to go through the house. They could bring everything out to the pool house. Behind the pool house was a large flower garden. This was something that Della wanted. She had a garden at her house now, and she found herself calming down as she worked at it. The garden was great and a plus for the property. As Perry and Della walked into the house, once again to the left was a family room. It was large and bright, and you could watch everything from the kitchen. As they walked through the family room, to the left was a half bath and a pantry. In the pantry there was a folding door, and behind the folding doors was a place for the washer and dryer. As you walked through the family room, you came across a large study with bookcases lining the wall, and a large desk over in the corner. The study was huge, and both Della and Perry could easily work from there when they were needed. To the right of the study was a huge formal living room with a large chandelier for light in the center of the room. The room had a large bay picture window overlooking the front yard. On this side of the home was a couple of trees, and the neighbor's property was just 50 feet away. But there were bushes along the property line, allowing for privacy of both properties. When they went into the foyer, Della loved the large room with the high ceilings. It had an attractive chandelier in the center for light. When you crossed the foyer, straight ahead was a formal dining room. The room was large, and right behind it was the kitchen. In this home you could see what was going on in the dining room and the family room right from the kitchen, so the cook could join in the conversation from there. Della liked it. It had an extra large dishwasher and a huge 3-door refrigerator for a family. As Perry and Della went upstairs, they found 4 bedrooms with 2 additional baths. Both baths had double sinks. But the bathroom in the master suite was larger than the room that Della had now. It was tastefully done with a soaking tub and a separate shower for Perry. It had plenty of space for both of their things, and it was the nicest bathroom that they had seen. There were 2 walk-in closets in the master bedroom, each being about 8 feet by 10. The 3 other bedrooms were almost exactly the same as each other, and each room had ample closet space. The second bathroom was convenient to all 3 bedrooms also. Perry could see his children living there and enjoying their rooms. The cellar had been done over and had a large bonus room with a small kitchen for guests or for the family as the family grew. The other half had been saved for things that needed to be put away for the season. It was a much needed storage space. Perry looked the house over once more with his stamp of approval. Now he did not know which house he wanted. More the second house that they had seen last week or this one. What was the price on this house? Perry asked. The asking price is 1.1 million. It will be ready for occupancy July 1 st, their realtor told him. In the meantime, Della had been thinking about this house. It had everything that she wanted and needed no work at all. She would like the rooms to be painted her colors, of course. But with the move-in day being 6 weeks before the wedding, there should be plenty of time for them to be ready. But now she would need to go furniture shopping. Between the two of them, they did not have near enough furniture. Most of Della's furniture was going to stay with Lori, and Perry only had 4 rooms. This house had 9 large rooms. At least the dining room would be perfect for this formal dining room at the house. She liked this house. Della and Perry made their way to the next house and talked about the house that they had just seen. Della was in a dilemma. She now had no idea which house she wanted. The last one that she saw or the one that had grabbed her heart just a week ago. She looked up at Perry and saw that he was watching her with a smile. She knew that he was laughing on the inside because she knew that she looked like she did not know what to think or do. Perry, that house was wonderful and we could more right in. Everything is ready and I just loved the yard and the large garden. We could live there for the rest of our lives, she told him. To tell you the truth, Della, I think that we need to think long and hard about this one. I hope that we don't like the next house or I will be in a real dilemma, he told her with a nervous laugh. Della smiled at him and sat back thinking about the next house. The realtor was trying his best to show them the house of their dream and she knew it. Each of the houses had what they had both wanted, but she was going to miss her little home that she and Lori had shared for the past few years. As they pulled into the driveway of the next home, Della smiled. There in front of her were 2 garages with bays for up to 6 cars. Behind the large garage that was attached to the house was a large workshop and a place to put all of their outside tools. As they went through the garage, they walked right into the breezeway once again. The room had been made into an all-season room with large sliding doors going out to the patio and backyard. The yard was large and there to the side was a large pool and another pool house. You could access the backyard from the garage. At this house also, there was a large outdoor kitchen with a rolling canopy top. Della liked that. It would allow them to have some shelter from the sun on very hot days and would protect them from some of the smaller rainstorms that you were apt to see in LA. The patio was huge and had a large table all set up next to the outdoor kitchen. As she and Perry walked around the large level fenced-in yard, Della noticed that this home also had a large floral garden just a few feet from the garage. As they walked into the home, Della saw the formal dining room that overlooked the large backyard. From the dining room you could easily access the sliding doors to the patio. Straight ahead from the dining room was a hallway that led to the formal living room that overlooked the large side yard. Off to the side was another set of sliding glass doors that walked out to a patio also. Here they had put up another canopy. To the right of the hallway was a large study perfect for Perry. It had been all done over in mahogany and the shelves lined all 4 walls. There was a big desk over in the corner next to a computer and a video camera. There was a place for someone to sit next to the person at the desk, and Perry thought of the many times that Della had sat next to him in the office. They had worked well together when they were close. It had always been as if they could communicate to each other without speaking. More than once he had gone to say something and Della had said it first. It used to give him goosebumps sometimes. Della smiled as she looked into the room also. As they walked around to the large foyer, Della smiled as she noticed the large porch where she and Perry could sit together and watch the world as it went by. On the other side of the foyer was a family room with a place for a large screen television and a huge kitchen. The kitchen had everything that she and Perry would ever need. Off of the kitchen she found her pantry and her laundry room. To the left was a smaller full bath. The kitchen had a large center island with the professional hood that stood atop the gas stove. Upstairs was 4 bedrooms. There were 3 baths upstairs and 4 bedrooms. The master bedroom was huge and had 2 walk-in closets with a large master bath. The other 3 bedrooms were all about the same size, and the 2 rooms on the right would share a bathroom with double sinks. On the other side was a large bedroom with a large closet and a bathroom that also had double sinks. The house topped all of the houses they had seen, and Della did not want to change a thing. The place had all of the things that Perry wanted also. Perry verified that the price for the home was $1.2 million and told the realtor that he and Della would get back to him sometime during the next week. Oh, and one more thing, when will the home be ready for occupancy? He asked. The home will be ready July 1st and the price is $1.2 million. I left this house for the last because I thought that you might think that it has the wow feature that the 2 of you have been looking for, the realtor told them. Well, thank you for your time. The homes that you have shown us are lovely and have been just what we wanted. Now we have to decide which house we want, Della told him with a smile. Della could not wait to get away from the home. It was everything plus with what she wanted, and she was torn between the 3 homes. She reached over and kissed Perry on the cheek. He smiled at her and told her, now what do we do? OMG Perry, I don't know what to say. I guess that we will have to go over each one of them and make our decision sometime this week, as you told our realtor. No more houses, 3 to think about is enough, Della told him with a smile.